Call of Duty, Black Ops, Cold War, long name, I'm here playing multiplayer for you. And I'm not going to spend any time doing any intros here. Let's get right into it, into the gameplay. And I'm going to make 2 videos on Call of Duty, Black Ops, Cold War at least. This one is going to be more gameplay focused and talking about multiplayer. And then the other one I'm going to do is going to go over like some key features in the game that I think are going to make Warzone and single player and zombies pretty good, as well as some things I really don't like about it. It's important to remember that this is alpha footage and Activision invited me out to play. And so you're going to see me sniping people a lot. Why? Because sniping people feels incredible. Some might say a little too strong. And the reason is because it feels almost Modern Warfare 2 quickscope speeds for a lot of the scopes that you have. Not to mention the numerous red dots, iron sights, and everything that you can get. Now, you're going to also notice the vast majority of players in this game and the gameplay you'll see are going to be using the 74U, which is back, along with the MP5 and some other really classic Call of Duty guns, as well as some ones that, you know, we've used variously but have different names. Weapon balancing needs a giant change. This is probably the most unbalanced weapon balanced Call of Duty I've ever played. It is an alpha, and they did say, of course, they're still fine-tuning things, but every single weapon in this game is a laser beam. You can see me using an MP5 here with a 40-round drum mag. There's no recoil. You're going to get mapped by an SMG, similar to Modern Warfare 2 levels of the UMP. There's really, I mean, they're going to have to do some significant changes. Every weapon in this game looks good and sounds good, but almost none of them have any character to them. The AK has that balance. It feels like it kicks harder, feels like it hits harder, but that's it. Every gun is pretty strong, but almost all of them were outshined by the SMGs. And it does make me a little worried. I think you're going to see people kind of, we didn't have every attachment unlocked. We had a very limited amount of attachments unlocked. And with some of the wildcard perks, especially the one, I think it was Gunfighter, which allows you to have every attachment on your gun, it was like, with no drawbacks, it was like everybody was beaming everyone. So let's talk about perks. I actually do like the perks setup. It's a very classic 3 slot system. You have your, red perks with Ninja and Ghost and Cold-Blooded, etc. They do a good job with them. They have interesting changes to the perks, which I'll get into, in detail next video tomorrow. But they have some cool changes to the perks that make them seem viable. Most specifically, the sprint noise that you make when you're running, I believe it's Ninja, is quieter. And audio in this game's fantastic. I mean, no more are you gonna be like, man, I don't know if somebody's coming at me. They might need to adjust it a little bit because you are loud. You are clomping around. And this kind of leads me to my next big addition that I'm really happy about. In specific circumstances, they have a walk key. You can RP walk in Call of Duty now. If you've never played Counter-Strike, you just hold left alt and you'll slowly walk and you won't make noise. This is huge for search and destroy, for competitive. I love what this does, even for Warzone later down the line, so I'm a big fan. By the way, that should have killed, man. So you see me beaming people with weapons. You know that they can change weapons, and I hope they do add plenty of recoil. Let's talk about the maps. So this map sucked dick, and most of the maps sucked. In fact, I didn't like any of the maps besides Miami, which was obviously Miami, but it was very dark and hard to see. So I made note of that and talked to some of their design team because I was like, guys, this is actually really difficult for me to play on, even with my brightness turned up. So that can be changed. The maps can't really. They're not 3-lane maps. They're really reminiscent of we took real places and we tried to put them in Call of Duty. This map, for example, is in a new game mode, 6 flag domination, 12v12, 24 total players. I'm using a tank and there are vehicles, and the vehicles are very strong and very hard to kill, and yes, that can be changed, but I just wanted to show you a little bit of tank gameplay because it's like, I don't know how, like, it takes like 5 lock-on rockets to kill a tank, and there are anti-tank mines that you have to go run in front of the tank to put down, so I went like 11-0 before I got bored of the tank. All vehicles do have horns. I know you're excited about that. I am too. They're hilarious. I hope they don't fix them because they're kind of detuned. It's hilarious. But so this map is terrible. I don't know how else to explain it. There is a giant, like, you know, in Warzone, the dam, when the circle finishes on the dam, everybody's like, oh my God, dude, I can't believe I have to run across no man's land and fight here on a hill. That's this map. It's infinite trees and cover on one side, and then a huge ravine on the right side, so everybody can look down and shoot your head, and then a giant open frozen lake. I don't know, man. I really know. I understand what Call of Duty and Activision and Treyarch want to do when designing maps. They want to have maps seem like they are real life places, but for the love of God, man, there's nothing more frustrating than realizing that there's no counter, like, you will just eventually get shot from some place that makes no sense and you don't know where they are. And that's kind of disheartening I mean, look, I've played every Call of Duty ever. Like, I like the idea of having this knowledge of, oh, they're probably spawning over there and running down this way, maybe I can counterplay that, and they really hamper that with these map designs. They really do. So as much as I enjoy the way the game looks, this is the most frustrating map to play on. And I think I'm gonna try and quote Nick Merckx and Courage when we got out of this game, this one specifically, because I was doing pretty good. They said, man, that map was the least fun I've had in Call of Duty. I was like, yeah, you can watch people spawn. And it's not just this map. Every map for domination seems like they have it's like playing on Bog. Think about Bog from COD 4. There's a B flag in the middle on a hill that everyone can see, so that's a meat grinder. And then there's 2 flags outside on either end of the map. Like, the objective points on these maps are so visible from everywhere, and with the prevalence of air support and kill streaks and the amount of, like, sheer amount of things that can be exploding and thrown at you, it really becomes hard to justify rushing or pushing a point unless you have tactical smokes out your ass, and I really do mean like 5 tactical smokes to get on there. And I didn't think this was as big a problem back in the day with 357 kill streaks, right? There was limited airspace, etc. I mean, there still is, but with 24 players on the map, you're gonna run into a situation where you've got artillery raining down on every single point, and artillery's strong, man. And you're gonna have a chopper gunner which lasts for like a full minute, and it is so hard to kill. And then the worst part about all of that is that all of your spawn points are outside, and to get out of your spawn, you'd have to leave the building. So, I mean, look, Call of Duty is trying to make people want to take down vehicles and air support. They've added equipment that allows you to do that just by throwing it down. But you know Call of Duty players, and so do I. There's the SAM turret that I'm looking at, by the way. None of them are going to do it. If they have the option to get a UAV equipment or anything, they're gonna take that over helping their team 100% of the time. So it becomes frustrating, and I'm not necessarily like upset with it. It's just a continuation of the same thing that Call of Duty Modern Warfare has done. So if you're not a fan of the maps or the way that the maps play, you're probably not gonna be a fan of the way the maps play in this game, at least not the 4 that we played. And the most egregious of all of these, I think, is the boat map, which you'll probably see quite a few people play on. It was I think I have footage later. That map literally has a line of sight from one corner to the other, where people just sit in their spawn and snipe you as you run down. I've spent a lot of this video talking about some of the stuff that I wasn't super stoked on, but let's flip it a bit and let me talk about one thing that I really do love. You feel lighter than you did in Modern Warfare. The characters move faster. You swim hella fast. All right, there is swimming. There's actually sharks in the game. Don't know if you can get hurt by them, but you swim hella fast. Like I mean, Hasselhoff in the SpongeBob movie fast. You're a motorboat, and that's great. Like jumping around corners, shooting, sliding, whatever. You're gonna see a lot of people play super aggressively in this game. Just because it feels good to rush and do so. I mean, secondary shotguns are kind of strong. Doors don't open, by the way. There are no doors that open as far as I know. You run through into a building and you're good. The doors are either open or shut. You can see me try and open it twice. I'm like, well, surely this has to open up. It did not have to open up. And so I like this. I like that there's a lot of equipment and perks that seem to be geared towards making it easier for you to move around the map. I like that they are trying, in some ways, whether it's on purpose or not, to incentivize you to move around the map and to play a little bit more aggressively. Will that work? No, but we can dream, right? We're totally capable of dreaming. There's this is what I'm talking about with the more open and difficult areas to take. Like, how is anybody gonna come at me? You see me use equipment that'll show anybody around here, and then I just use artillery, albeit, yes, they are grouped up, but like, come on. Dude, I just absolutely nuked them all. There's nothing they can do. Yeah, nice little nod. The vehicles, I just don't like vehicles in general, but they are very convenient to get around the map. They're easy to steer. It's like Warzone. So nothing too crazy to expect from the vehicle side of things. I didn't see anything wild. You know, they have small boats and big boats. I will, some of the vehicles and the vehicle turrets actually do work on kill streaks. So if you have a chopper gunner, watch out for vehicles. If you have a Harrier, watch out for vehicles. Not that you can do much, but just something worth noting. There's the typical gun smith that you've grown to probably love in Modern Warfare, and it's one of the things that I am absolutely super positive about. I love it. It's a great feature, probably as good as the Pick 10 system, I think, which I also loved. And they keep it. They keep the functionality. They make it look good. You can choose display weapons, put it up there on your gun rack. We don't know anything about skins or anything like that, but I think that they've done a pretty good job with having that. Noah just shit on me here, by the way. And this is, look at this scope speed. It's so quick. It really, really is. And I think they're gonna have to change it. I mean, if you have like a full ADS build, it will be Modern Warfare 2 quick scoping, which I love, but also, I mean, yeah, you know, people are gonna get upset about that. Let's talk about the attachments. So they actually have little percentage changes when you are looking at the attachments. No more do you have to rely on the stupid damage bar thing that is inaccurate and doesn't really work. Now, say if you want to use a suppressor, it'll say, all right, you're gonna lose 50% range, but you're gonna gain this. Or you're gonna lose 5% recoil control horizontally, but you're gonna gain 10% vertically. And it kind of lets you piece together a build that you would like if you want to go for full recoil build control or like a full stealth build. You're getting real percentages, which is great. I don't think the percentages do much right now because every gun's a laser, but that's a change that they need to keep. It's so frustrating trying to build out a weapon just based off of your like, oh man, this'll totally help with my vertical recoil. Last but not least, let's kind of break down some of the new game modes. Look, there's like a VIP, protect the VIP game mode. Cool. Kind of functions like search and destroy. I didn't enjoy it. I don't think many of the play testers or the people that were playing, content creators wise, really cared about it. It just seems like it's one of those game modes that you'll play maybe with friends. I'm glad they're trying new stuff. I really am. I like the bigger domination. Let's just call it battlefield domination, honestly. But I like it, right? It's cool. I'm glad that they're trying new stuff. But bring back war, man. Bring back war. That's the best Treyarch game mode, and we only got it for one game, all right? Especially with these bigger maps like this. Dude, why not? Why can't we do that? Here you see me swimming, and look how, like, this map kind of frustrated me with how far you had to go to get to the fighting and how easy it was to die on your way to doing that. But I've already rehashed that. Look, this game is Call of Duty. If you couldn't tell, now you do. It is taking a lot of the things that I really did like about Modern Warfare and keeping them. It's adding new stuff. The health bar I didn't even talk about, which is one of the more interesting things that Call of Duty has done. And I didn't really like it in Black Ops 4, but I kind of like it more now. The sniper glint is still in the game, but not nearly as strong as Modern Warfare, which led me to getting sniped and not having any clue where anybody was. I think a nice middle ground could be good. Like glint on bigger maps is super useful and very necessary to avoid getting bodied by people you can't see. The gameplay is crisp. It needs a little more character to it to really stand out to me. And I think the last point that I've got to make is that I've said this before and I'll say it again. Modern Warfare and Call of Duty in general are my favorite. Modern Warfare in general is one of my favorite Call of Duties. I love the game engine. I love the way the game looks. Even though it's slower paced, Warzone feels really good. This is a better version of that, in my opinion. And multiplayer just really doesn't do it for me anymore. Like, these traditional multiplayer games, I will play, like this one, I will play specifically to try and get montage clips. That's the only reason. I'll stick to search and destroy game battles in Warzone if I'm trying to get, you know, a little sweaty and really enjoy some tight fights. But I'm kind of at the point where I enjoyed playing this just because I wanted to see how things felt. Oh, one last thing. All right, they need to change the wild cards. Like, Overkill is a basically, it's 2 free weapons. I mean, they're both, like, you can have 2 full weapons for no penalty. I mean, they're really strong. They're the strongest perks I've ever seen in any Call of Duty. You can have 6 perks for free. You can have 6 perks for free, or you can have 2 grenades and 2 equipment for free. I was like, that's not a fair trade, dude. You got to give them like 5 grenades if you're going to make that free. There's a lot of fine tuning that needs to happen. If you played this game as it is, you'd probably be like, yeah, it's Call of Duty. Cool. They have the ability to make this game a good, well-rounded Call of Duty. Is it going to be the best Call of Duty ever? Probably not. Is it fun to play? Yeah. I'm really looking forward to Warzone in this. I really am. I'm looking forward to single player too. I'm looking forward to zombies. I just played multiplayer just so I could see how the game played. And it's promising. So there's my video on Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, long name, long video. Tomorrow I'm gonna have a video talking about some more specific changes, how I think Warzone's gonna function, and get you guys some more gameplay and some menu screen stuff and all that jazz. Thanks for hanging out. If you enjoyed the video, like it, give me that notification shit, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.